If you're looking for a truck that is off-roadable and usable on a daily basis and looks really cool, you definitely want to take a look at the 2026 Toyota Tundra. This is the TRD Pro, and there are a lot of different trim levels. This one is my personal favorite, and I do love the new Wavemaker color. This blue is $695, and I think it really makes it pop. That I like about a truck because you want to stand out in the crowd. You don't want to look like everybody else's truck. There are different trim levels for the Tundra: the SR, SR5, Limited, Platinum, 1794 edition, the TRD Pro, our test vehicle, and the Capstone, which is the top of the line full luxury vehicle. And we have reviewed the different trim levels on our channel. Like its competitors, the Tundra is a body on frame, which makes it a real truck and gives it more towing capacity. You will see some unique features on this vehicle, starting with the LED headlights, very unique signature lighting, and the lighting across the front, which makes it stand out in the crowd and matches along with the other Toyota TRD products. The light bar is also exclusive to the Toyota, and again, gives it a very cool look, and also good if you need it for off-roading or maybe you're camping. You could turn on these lights and really light up the area. I do like the camouflage badging that's across the front, and that Toyota is embossed right in the front. And personally, I wouldn't run a front plate because I think it takes away from the aerodynamics and the cool look of this vehicle, but there is a bracket there if you need it. The TRD Pro also has this detail on the hood, including that TRD Pro logo, and they're all over the car, and that's part of the packaging. One cool little Easter egg is that TRD logo is inside each of those amber lights that's on the front of the vehicle. Under the hood is a twin turbocharged V6 and an electric motor. That is the iForce Max hybrid system with 437 horsepower, 583 pound-feet of torque, backed by a 10-speed automatic transmission with sequential shift. Fuel economy is 18 miles a gallon in the city and 20 on the highway. It does require premium fuel. Towing capacity is 11,175 pounds. It also has a multi-terrain select mode, so you can pick the mode you want, whether it's crawl control or electronically controlled locking rear differential. All of that is part of the drive modes. 18-inch forged aluminum wheels that ride on 33-inch Falcon Wild Peak all-terrain tires, which means it's a real off-road vehicle. I also like the wheel arches that go around the outside. Those also have that cool camo on it. This vehicle is not like the luxury Capstone or like the SR entry level. It has off-road heavy-duty Fox shocks as well as different suspension underneath this vehicle. It's designed for off-road. The TRD Pro has a front stabilizer bar as well as a 1.1-inch lift in the front. And this rock rail, which is an option, is $625. There's also a glass roof that comes with this that is tilt and has a shade. There's also underbody protection, which has an aluminum front skid plate and undercovers the engine, fuel tank, and transfer case. TRD Pro package includes dual air intake boxes, TRD catback exhaust, and TRD performance badging all the way around. There are even more TRD options you can get at your local dealer. You can order it with the vehicle or you can have them put on aftermarket. TRD has a huge wide selection. In addition, this vehicle comes with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty and 2 years of basic maintenance, which also includes 2 years of roadside service. The iForce Max hybrid engine has an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty. That's good when it comes to Toyota. The TRD Pro also has black trim all the way around the windows, as well as black mirror caps and indicators built right in. Inside, well, that's also pretty cool. Inside the Tacoma TRD Pro, they've carried that design and those rugged features to the inside with TRD Pro logos stitched into the seats, red stitching, and yes, there is a red interior available as well. Soft tech seating, which is a vinyl material that's really easy to clean. Really nice grippy steering wheel with the TRD logo at the bottom reminding you what you're driving. The steering wheel is leather wrapped with the TRD logo at the bottom and a center stripe in red at the top, just to remind you you're driving a pretty cool vehicle. 14-inch center screen here has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, but you do have to pay for the navigation system. We'll talk about that when we take it for a test drive in just a second. TRD shifter is here with a red stripe and the TRD logo again. Vented and heated seats, which is really appreciated. Of course, heated steering wheel and that TRD start button. That's pretty cool as well. Carrying that theme throughout, even the Toyota logo that's in front of you has red behind it, reminding you you're driving a more aggressive truck, not just something that's just a regular Tundra. Part of the TRD package includes aluminum covers over the pedals. I think it looks pretty cool. Really nice little features that people want. On the left side of the steering wheel is that TRD light bar, as well as your heated steering wheel and some additional features. Memory seating, as well as 8-way power and lumbar, is on the driver's side. It's also important to know that the passenger side does not get shortchanged. It also has 8-way power seats as well as lumbar, which is appreciated, especially when you're switching drivers on a long ride. Cup holders on the back side of the center console, vents here as well as pockets on each side. You got additional power charging ports of USB-A, USB-C, and a 120-volt outlet. All of that is very helpful because you always want to be charging. Seating in back is again the soft text with the red stitching, carrying that theme throughout. Also, that gigantic glass roof comes all the way back to about halfway across the second row. Again, the cover is power, so you can always cover that at any time. Besides the tons of legroom, there is cup holders in the door, in the center console. A third person can sit here, outboard seating. Also has the latch system for child safety seats. And if you're having trouble getting in and out of the vehicle, there's a grip on each side, making it a lot easier because this is a step out. All models have the crew cab layout, which also includes an aluminum bed, which lightens up that vehicle because it's about horsepower to weight ratio and also towing capacity, which is really critical, 11,000 pounds. Inside the bed is a 120-volt outlet as well as a trunk mat. That trunk mat is an additional $224. Available tow tech package is also available with wireless camera. You've got your TRD Performance logo here, embossed across the back, TRD Pro. I still love this color, it just really pops. And of course, your Class 3 towing and your electrical connections. And of course, trailer brakes, because if you're going to be towing, you need to have all this safety features in order to get you to your place safely. Now that we've had a good look at this vehicle on the outside, let's take it for a test drive. Inside the vehicle, one of the most important things when you're driving a vehicle of this size is your backup camera. You want to be able to see the lines around you. You want it to show you where you're lining up with the trailer, which it does have all of that. There are also different camera views from the front to the side, and also your trailer bed, which is really nice to see. You can see that bed liner that's in there. And there's also automatic. There's also off-road camera. If you wish to do that, you will get all of your settings for elevation and changes. Really, really important. In this case, we're just driving on the road, but like every day, you want to be able to see what you're doing. Speaking of backup cameras, the rear view mirror is also a camera. I personally think it is fantastic, especially when you got a lot of gear in back. You can't see out the rear view mirror when it's a regular mirror. Really smart. That Safety Sense 2.5 is standard in this vehicle, and it does have top safety ratings. Lots of adjustability in these seats also, so you can make them comfortable for yourself, which is really important. The only visibility issue I have with this vehicle is the A-pillars. They are a bit wide. This is where the grip is to get into the vehicle. There's also your JBL audio, which is built in, but this is something that's really important. You take it for a test drive and decide if it works well for you. This very muscular bulbous hood does limit some of the vision coming downward. Again, you've got a camera at the light when you stop, and that will help you as well. Going into this 14-inch center screen, if you want to use the navigation, it is a subscription. You can use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is wireless and standard, which is great. But the problem is, I don't want the additional fees. I'm already paying for the cost of the vehicle. Your audio experience is a JBL audio. It's 12 speakers. It's built in all over this vehicle and has really nice sound, although I do like the exhaust note on this. Very nicely done. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and all the usual Bluetooth wireless connections. And in here, you're going to only get your vehicle alerts and your trip information. To change those safety features, like every Toyota, that's going to be here on the steering wheel on the left side. You go into the different settings that you're looking for, and you can shut off the things that you want. For example, you might not want blind spot monitoring. I don't know why, but I'm not a big fan of lane departure, and there's a lot of nannies on this car, which you can shut off if you choose to. There are a lot of really nice features on this vehicle, especially if you've got larger hands. I have very small hands, but if you have larger hands, all the dials, all the connections, all the buttons, all the levers, everything is easy to touch, easy to move. So it's designed for somebody who's actually working on it with this truck. So it's designed literally for everyone. Also USB-A and USB charge ports throughout this vehicle. You've got heated and vented seats, which are really, really nice, and the seats are very supportive as well. I do like just all the little details they thought about in this vehicle. The competitors are doing the same thing. It's the stitching, it's the details, because if you're going to own this vehicle, you want it to have all the things that you want, especially storage. By the way, there is storage behind the center screen as well as an outlet, whether you want to put in a GoPro for off-road Or you want to plug in a radar detector, because I think you could get in trouble in this car if you're a little lead-footed. Further down below all the climate controls, your regular controls include the towing assist, your camera, as well as traction control if you wish to shut that off, and your rear differential on a button right there. And there's also the ability to put down that rear deck lid by just pressing the button. Below that is wireless charging and another spot for a phone, which should have dual charging. I know that Toyota is starting to put that in on a regular basis. I would love to see dual charging, because everybody always wants to be charging. You've got your brake controller here on the left. I do like the actual shifter, tons of places for storage behind this wireless charger, cup holders, super deep, large glove box, as well as more charger ports, USB-A, USB-C, tons of hidden storage also. A lot of times you want to put your things away and you don't want them to be seen. This has plenty of hidden storage, which is really important, and gigantic glove boxes, storage in the doors. You will not have a problem with putting all of your items, or as we say, your junk, in this vehicle, because that's what we all do. We carry all of our daily stuff with us. I do the same thing. You can shut off some of these features, by the way, like I'm shutting off the lane assist. That's something I'm just not a big fan of. Overall, this vehicle has really great ride quality. And that's one of the things you may or may not find depending upon which engine and which trim level you look at the competitors. Some of them have some pretty rough rides. I really like the ride on this, and that's probably why Toyota sells so many of these. And these are made in Texas. So they're fighting head-to-head with Ford, GM, and Ram because they want your business. So if you're thinking about a truck, you don't need a V8, certainly this is one to consider. So Toyota does have an audio assist if you wish to use it. Personally, I just rather use what I need or wait till I stop or pull over if you need to. But overall, this vehicle has all the technology that you want, all the safety that you want, and enough performance that if you don't need a V8, this is a great option. And I love the little safety features when you stop. It shows you what's going on around you. You can see traffic moving. All of that are really important these days, especially with some of the crazy drivers out on the road. Good pickup. And it sounds good too. And I think that's really important, especially that this is a hybrid. Typically you will lose some of that sound quality. You're gaining it when it comes to the Tundra. Again, you're going to get that with a Raptor. You're going to get that with a lot of the other competitors. So take them all for a test drive and see which one fits your needs best, your price point, and of course your insurance, all those little factors that we get so excited about buying a new vehicle. Sometimes we forget the insurance costs or the cost of fuel. This does require premium fuel. So these are things that you really need to consider. I really like the experience inside the Toyota truck. They have taken a big piece of the domestic truck market, which was the only player in the market. And for a while, Nissan had their Titan. They don't have that anymore, which was a shame. It was a great truck. But Toyota has continued to produce product here in the U.S. with really great engines. Like I said, if you don't need a V8, you should look at this. And my neighbor just bought one. He loves his Tundra, and I can see why. If you're looking for more automotive news, check out my Car Coach Reports channel on YouTube. Also, The Drive with Lauren and Carl, our radio show, is syndicated and available on YouTube at The Drive Car Show every Saturday morning. All right, let me go through my pros and cons, the competitor list, and most important, this is definitely a very capable truck. The 2026 Toyota Tacoma has a wide price range depending on what you want, starting at $41,260, going up to $50,375. Our test vehicle had a lot of options on it. Add in destination and delivery, and the bottom line came in at $79,517. When you compare that to the competitors, which include the Ford F-150, Raptor, the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 ZR2, and the Ram 1500 RHO, this actually comes in at a much lower price. There are some pros and cons that are really important before you make your final decision. On the plus side, that smooth, powerful turbocharged V6 engine is very fuel efficient, easy to use controls, standard composite bed, and this is all plus how it looks. It's put together as a really nice package and great colors and available 14-inch center screen. On the negative side, there is no V8 engine available, which is a concern. The navigation system does require a subscription fee, and the A-pillar that is between the front windshield and the side, it's a little thick compared to some of the competitors, and that may obscure your visibility. Again, like any vehicle, take it for a test drive, see which one meets your needs, check with your insurance agent before you make a final decision. Overall, the 2026 Toyota Tundra offers a lot of features, great colors, and excellent technology. Take one for a test drive. There's more details down in the description below, and also all my social media. If you'd like to support me, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is down there as well. I'm Lauren Fix. Thanks so much for watching.